Bum bum bottom. Bottom. Da 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 da. Da da da. That's actually the birthday song. Man, I always sing it because it's such a weird thing. I added this music a long, long time ago, and it just included this birthday song, and it doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? It just doesn't make sense, but it's there. It's there. So, anyway, today let's test some of the chat. There we go. Let's test some smash. There we go. Slap. Okay, there we go. Shame on you, late Pokrick. No. There's no shame in being late. There's shame in being late all the time. Okay? But there's no shame in being late. You know what I mean? Okay, let's close the websites that I have open. Nobody needs to see those. I think I even close this one, right? What else is here? Excuse me for organizing stuff, but sometimes I think, I might as well just start the stream while I do this because people are gonna flock in and they're gonna have time to engage with each other, just some friendships building in the chat, just some Yorick friendships, because those are lasting, right? Because he's forever. So build some friendships in the chat while I do this. I do definitely need to create a browser source. I need to make a new one. Make source visible. No. Let me call it Bondle. Bondle. Did you see S26 updates? No, I did not. Ooh, did they? Is that like the big one? If that's the big one, we are in for a treat to watch it. Right? We are in for a treat. Let's see if the Bondle source works. Ooh, it does. It actually does. Wow, it actually looks pretty good. The F? Wow, it actually... Wow, it looks good. It doesn't have these edges that it usually has. These nonsense edges. Because nobody cares about the URL, right? Let me check if how it works when I try to... Let's go to YouTube. Not to YouTube Studio. Again, not to YouTube Studio, please. Please, I'm streaming. Mr. Browser, please. Oh no, season 4 revealed. I wasn't ready for this, but so should I watch Vandrill or isn't there anything better? Because then I'm just gonna watch the Vandrill.
Season 2026.
Season 2026. A lot of changes. Yeah. I'm gonna do it. I can't even. Yeah, I'm gonna watch it. Let's see if you see the browser source. That's not the one. Oh, interesting. It shows only the. Excuse me. What? Oh, I know what this is. Jesus, I know what this is, guys. Let me just open it up real quick and do it like this. Yes. Oh God, it doesn't have the anti-ads. Okay, just make some friends in the chat, okay? Just make some friends in the chat while I deal with this. I have to get window capture here. That's the thing. That's the thing I have to get. Existing one. Reddit Edge. There we go. Okay, Edge, yes, finally. There we go. Let's focus in on the screen a bit so that you don't, so it's a little bit better. Changes revealed. I think it needs to be below my face, don't you think? Yeah, like this, right? But not above the chat. Not above the chat, boys. Not above the chat, guys. There we go. Install uBlock, father. No way, Jose. I believe in ads. I believe in ads. I love ads. I actually love ads. It's funny because I used to hate ads when I was young and cool. But then I realized, hey man, that's not really that cool to not understand how the world works. You know what I mean? Okay. Let's see them together. Because I haven't seen this. I didn't even know it's here.
6 is going to change everything. Okay. It will be possible to have 7
well, everything, okay, well, ooh, okay.
items or 3 summoner spells. 9 completely new items are coming, and even Hextech Gunblade is back. In Ranked, you will be able to get double LP for a win or not lose any LP for defeat, and dodging will be heavily punished.
Excuse me, what?
Okay. Season 1 of 2026 will be the season of Demacia. Summoner's Rift will be Demacia themed.
Wasn't it Demacia already, Noxus? Oh, okay, Noxus is different than Demacia. Yeah. I don't know this stuff. Excuse me.
With Petricide, Gold and Blue accents. Okay. Atakan has been removed from the game. Blood Roses and Feast of Strength are also gone.
Oh, actually, it does make sense because Atakan was the Noxus thing, right? So
Baron Spawn has been moved back to 20 minutes, and all epic monsters will be about 15% more durable. Then we have the new feature called Overgrowth. It causes turrets to build up crystals over time. Champions that hit turrets with these crystals on will detonate them for big damage.
Smash.
Speaking of Demolish, it's also getting a rework. Demolish will now be a
I'm sweating right now.
Simplified 3-hit passive. Blades will remain on the outer turrets, but inner and inhibitor turrets will now also have turret plating.
Ooh, interesting.
Although without increased gold.
You know what's interesting? Before we make any decisions about, how we feel about this, it's almost like none of this matters because at the end of the day, it's going to come back down to how much gold can I get at what time? That's it. And all of these changes, everything is just going to come down to that. And it's almost impossible to make any decisions. Oh, is this going to be overpowered? Oh, yes, no. And more than that, even if it is overpowered or whatever, they just nerf it and, it's going to be balanced. The only thing I'm really hoping for is that they're going to ignore Yorick. And he's just going to silently become like this extremely overpowered, at least for 1 month. So we can, have a good time a little bit. I still hate ads though. No backpacks. What do you mean no backpacks? Oh, backpacks you mean about, yeah.
Minion spawns are also being adjusted. First minions will now spawn at 30 seconds into the game, so 35 seconds faster than before.
Very nice.
After 14 minutes in the game, waves will spawn every 25 seconds, but with one melee minion less.
Like it.
After 30 minutes, minions will spawn every 20.
I actually usually, even if I don't know what the change is going to mean, I usually like changes because I feel like I just like to figure out and adapt really quickly to stuff. Yeah,
seconds, and we'll also have one less caster minion.
Ooh,
starting next year, Nexus turrets will keep respawning, but this time with 40% health instead of 100% health.
This is a Yorick
Another massive change is a change to home guards. Enhanced movement speed from home guards will persist until you reach your outer turret. Once the laning phase is over, home guards will extend to the furthest pushed minion in each lane. This way, if you want to split push, you will be able to catch up to your waves much faster.
Wow.
Another new feature will be called Phalites. Those will be special locations that grant temporary bonus vision to wards. If you place a ward in them, you will get extra vision beyond a ward's typical range.
Feels like they're
Yellow trinkets will also recharge faster. Spawn rate of vision plants will be increased and new locations will be added.
Okay.
Crucially, Riot is adding role quests for top, mid and AD carry. So now every role will have their respective quest instead of just support and jungle. Let's look at the rewards for all of the roles, as they are pretty crazy.
Honestly, don't like the quests because I think it's you know that Scooby-Doo meme when there's something and then there's somebody and then they pull off the mask and it's something else, and I think this is them trying to control what people do, and I usually don't like that. But you know, maybe it's not. Maybe I'm.
Laners will get an increased level cap up to level 20, more XP from all sources, and access to teleport.
Excuse me, what?
Even if they didn't take it. In this case, teleport will be their third summoner spell. If they had teleport, however,
don't like this.
They will get enhanced teleport that will provide a large, long duration shield when you arrive. Mid laners will get free tier 3 boots and a faster recall. However, it's going to be on a cooldown. This may be better than you think, as symbiotic souls seem to be removed from the game. Bot laners will get an extra sum of gold, increased gold for the rest of the game, and a 7th item slot.
Man, I feel like this is... I actually... okay, we'll see.
That 7th item slot is basically reserved for your boots. No longer you will need to sell your boots for 6 full items. Jungler and support role quests are also getting adjusted. Junglers will see their smite deal more damage, get more gold and XP from jungle camps, and bonus movement speed in the jungle. Supports will get discounts on control wards, more gold over time, and a new dedicated slot for...
All of this stuff like discounts and control wards and stuff like that, it's just... The way I see it is them kind of showing you what to do. And maybe it's not that big of a deal. It's not that big of a deal only if people will still have the room to be creative enough. But I really fear that this will just give them a way to just push people in certain directions that they want. Oh, you're a support? Yeah, you buy wards. Oh, you this, you do this, you know.
Or control wards. Riot is also removing their lane swap mechanic that they introduced for 2025. Now let's look at some massive changes to LP and Ranked. Riot is adding a new feature called Ages of Valor. If you score a mastery of C or higher in your autofilled games, you will either get double LP for a win or LP mitigation on a loss.
Oh, interesting. So they are fixing the fact that people don't want to play autofill games. They reward you for playing them and winning. Nice, I like it.
It will also be possible to receive the Aegis benefit if you play less popular roles.
Guys, you know I'm gonna be playing Yorick in those roles. There's no way I'm gonna, think, oh no, they added this, so yeah, I guess I pick up Belkos. I guess I pick up Caitlyn.
If you play priority roles,
but I might start playing these roles. I might, if it makes sense. And just for entertainment purposes, I think it's easy to, try that.
You will less likely to get autofilled, but from time to time you will get Ages of Valor as an extra reward. It will no longer be possible to dodge the game to avoid being autofilled.
What?
Autofill status will now carry over to your...
Oh, okay. Oh, so it's, yeah, well, it is what it is. I actually thought that this is already the case. So, yeah, interesting, man. People are going to play me more. I'm just going to play Yorick in those filled roles until they, the day that Riot, okay, let me tell you my limit to Riot's changes. If they add a moment where you can't pick a certain champion in a certain role and you can't play Yorick mid anymore, I guess I will play a little bit of Yorick top, but that's a line that I will probably not play anymore because, man, these changes to push people in certain directions, reduce creativity is just, they are just too much. I don't, no, again, maybe it's not too much, but it feels like it could become too much in the future. And I feel like it could happen, It could happen.
For next games. Furthermore, in Master Plus, if you dodge the game, it will count as a full loss. Autofill is also going to be improved to better match autofilled players by role. If it cannot match by role, it will match the number of autofilled players. Duo queue has been added back in Grandmaster and Challenger. If you are Diamond 1 or higher, you can duo with anyone from these tiers. Riot is also recalibrating MMR in lower tiers in ranked. Some Iron or Bronze players may now be higher ranks than before. Riot is also adding climbing indicator. It appears when your visible rank is lagging behind your current MMR. Now let's look at the items.
Oh,
Hextech
interesting.
Gunblade and Stormrazor will be back in the game in a similar state to before. 9 completely new items are coming. Before I show you all the new items,
Let's look at the icons. Which one of them could be used by Yorick? I feel like this one and this one. This is the bard thing. But maybe I'm wrong.
one more important information, crit damage is going back to 200% in 2026.
Okay.
First new item is called Emblem of All-Inning. This is a zeal item for AD carries that play around their ult. It has ultimate ability haste plus a burst of attack speed and guaranteed critical strikes for free attacks after ulting. If you would have already crit on these autos, instead you get some bonus true damage. Snowball is an item for long range AD carries. It increases your attack damage based on how far away you are from your target.
Okay.
Furthermore, on takedowns, you also get a large amount of extra attack range to help you clean up the teamfights. Blastsphere is an AD item with Omnivamp and Tenacity. It also has haste that scales with your bonus AD. If you score a takedown, it also gives you a large amount of extra Omnivamp for 8 seconds. Then there is item for AD Assassins. Whenever you get the takedown, it grants a buff that makes your next attack against an epic monster or tower deal a large amount of damage over time, scaling with your lethality. This should give AD Assassins an option to close games if they successfully assassinate an enemy. It also gives extra true damage to a spell, scaling with lethality,
Don't care
on a
really.
20-second cooldown. Then we have Scepter of Bonking. It's an AP fighter Shin item that doubles your on hits, so it can be a really interesting pick,
that the
for
real
example,
name
for
of it?
Diana or Gwen. Then Mananomicon is a new AP item with active.
Mananomicon? What the F? That's my favorite name of these so far.
Activated to enter an empowered state where you consume significantly more mana, but your spells are more powerful and have lower cooldowns. Extra
Okay,
damage,
Cassidy.
healing, and shielding on your spells scales with your mana. Mantle of the 12th Hour is a lifeline item for tanks. It gives a large heal over time effect when you get low that scales off your bonus armor and MR. While you're healing off this item, you also gain some movement
Okay.
speed and tenacity, so you can have more playmaking in teamfights. Buff Engine is a new aura item. This is an attack speed aura item for
Yeah, they
tank melee
probably
support.
haven't- the
that
names
turns
are
on the
not
aura
real,
after you
probably.
slow or immobilize an enemy. The duration
Again, what did it? Slowing enemy champs grant buff. Buff hour grants 24 mean. Buff hour when their allies and abilities have gained 3%.
is much
Oh,
longer for
buff engine, yeah.
melee champions than ranged,
That's why
so
it's
it's
called
easier to
buff
maintain.
engine. Man, they should really consider your ghouls as your allies, and because once you start buffing your family, then these items suddenly look good.
The attack speed for your team if you're a tanky melee support. And then the last item, Savior's Mana Bell plus Super Bell. This 2-item set is a new upgradable tier item for enchanters. Mana Bell grants
Okay.
heal at lowest nearby mana. Now let's talk about WASD and voice chat. WASD movement is actually about to hit the live servers in the upcoming patch this week.
Okay.
Now what about the voice chat? Riot has confirmed that they are not going to do anything with voice chat for 2026. Swift play is also getting interesting.
Don't
The
care.
timers will be shorter, meaning attacking more.
I guess it's cool.
Season 2020
I guess it's cool. Okay, fine. I don't know what to think. I think the most memorable change for me here is that the most memorable change, I think, is that towers, after they get destroyed, they will come back with 40% health. I like that one. So, yeah, that one's kind of cool. The movement sucks. I tried it. It's too restrictive, man. I don't know. I commented on the Freak video about changing the camera orientation to give the user the ability to have different angles for WASD, not just up, down, left, right, and the diagonal directions. People said, "Oh, it's impossible. It's not designed that way." But if you limit it to like 10% or 15% degrees, imagine, it might not even be that bad, and it gives you a lot of extra freedom, because I think you need only something like 15%. So it could work. I think it could work. It's hard to explain. I need to make a website for that to share this. But anyway, And let's read the chat. Does your secondary lane pick count as autofill? No, it does not.
Smash.
It does not. I actually might go for tank this game. We'll see. You know when I go tank? I go tank when I'm mad. Because I think, oh, you're going to play it like this? Okay, fine, I can go tank. That's what I usually do. That's what I usually do. Big mad, let's call that. And I'm already mad because I'm top, right? So it's all good. It all checks out, you know. Is it good for us, Yorick players? No way to tell, except that what is good is the extra tower plates and stuff. Speed for running back to lane after a minute, whatever it was. And yeah, if you kill the Nexus turrets, they come back way weaker. So you're going to be able to double smack them. I wonder what would be stopping people like Duo from queuing up, taking like top and mid and swapping in game so mid gets extra levels and TP. Unfortunately, I feel like they will just find a way to just kill that if people come up with something like that. I don't even want to bother myself thinking about it because, you know, I'd rather avoid any hard-coded mechanics to prevent that and not having to roll quests sometimes. Yeah, I hate those roll quests. You know, I don't hate them. I read them, I hate them, and I move on. It's not like I hate them all the time. I have my opinion and I move on and forget about it because, you know, again, they change the game up so much and they remove and add stuff so much that it just literally does not matter. Literally does not matter. Just getting like kind of the general direction of the change is fine, but, you know, everything else is just, who cares? Who cares? I feel like the top laner will be AD, and I have to play tank. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I have to do it. I can't not do it. I might have to even go for the Undertaker Yorick, the underdog. Rise, Ignite top. Really? Because then I'm not going to be Big Mad. I'm not going to choose Big Mad. I'm going to do the classic PvE if he's top. Eric, do you used to go in the theory craft room? I don't know what you mean. Vayne. Ooh, maybe Vayne is at the top. Who knows? Well, in either case, I cannot take Grasp. So. By the way, check out Bondle, okay? And check out Ground News, the sponsor. But first of all, check out Bondle. But Ground News as well, you know? Both. Bondle is my creation. Ground News in the description is a sponsor of the channel. Great source of news. Okay. Pirate Rise. Okay, it's Rise. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I don't know why Vayne is there. I have no idea why Vayne is there. That's a good mixture. That's a good mixture of names. Why do I say check out Bondle? Because it has many improvements, amongst all of them, the best improvement is the challenge mode, which is like 1, 3, 5 minute challenge. And it gives you random, I repeat, random puzzles. Now, it might not seem much to you, but I thought that I'm never going to be able to solve the problem of the app not being able to give you random puzzles. Now it does. like this music. I'll take it. Ooh, master volume too big. Music volume. Let's make them sit at. Man, Rise Ignite. I'm scared. I have to say. Okay. My mouse is a little bit too high sensitivity. What the F? Okay, this is too low. And this is... Oh, again too low. Man, which is the one that I'm used to? 1, 2, 3. Okay, okay, this one maybe? Oh yeah, this is the one I'm used to. Man, I have this button on my mouse. Well, you know the drill, you know. You press it sometimes and then it's effed. Yeah. Somebody has been playing the games, man. Vayne just big mad. She might be top, by the way. If she kills me once, it's over.
Smash.
It could be over. Of course it's not gonna be, but it's... Oh, she's mid for some reason. I don't know what's going on. Okay, so Rise, Foniko Salami. Somebody needs to translate that. Okay. Somebody needs to oh God, what the F was that? Is the sensitivity still wrong on the mouse or what? Okay, he's pushing, which is good. You don't want to be ganked by Comatose, Mr. Comatose. Isn't Comatose something like what is that? Is that coma or something? What does that mean? Oh God, this guy just pushing those buttons.
Smash.
No way, Jose. I'm just gonna suffer here for a while. It's all good. I like it. Sometimes these matchups are the way they are. I think I can take this and try to take this. Boom. $14. Actually, no. It was $12. But still, you know, I'll take $12 any day. Oh God, he's gonna... Man, what the F? Why didn't he... He's gonna ignite me. He's gonna ignite me. Smacked him. What you doing, boy? What you doing, boy? How... It's just the nerves, man. It's just the nerves. It's just the nerves of the guy. I don't know what the boy doing. He just had to ignite me and that's it. And then flash, I think. But I'm not gonna tell him how to flip his burgers, man. He's flipping the burgers the way he wants to flip the burgers. It's all good. It's all good. Sometimes things happen. I've done worse things. Okay. I might get ganked now. It's gonna be pretty bad if that happens. Whoops. I don't know. How do I escape this? Is he gonna fear me? Oh no. Did you see that? Did you see that? He used the shield to not give me heal. And I died. Because I would have healed myself and survived. Man, these Nocturne ganks, bruh. These Nocturne ganks, bruh. Okay. Okay. Let's take this. Oh. Missed it. It's all good. Comatose. Okay, the enemy bot laner is... You know what? When I'm not playing tank build, I don't care who's fed. When I'm playing tank build, then it does matter. You think, oh, maybe I can buy this, maybe I can buy this. But when you're playing the PvE, that's just a PvE, you know. That's just a PvE where you disconnect from the from others. Okay. There we go. He is a really annoying champion. It's just that Let's be honest, I got lucky under tower there. He just, I don't know what he did, but I got pretty lucky. Push it. There we go. Thank you for those $10? $10, yes. There we go. Can you pick Galaxy skin if I donated $10? Do you mean like the... It's not called Galaxy, is it? Well, yeah, if you care enough to do that, I will, you know. But, you know, it's... I don't want to take myself out of donations, of course, but, you know... Again, yeah, if you care enough, of course, but, you know... I don't want to tell you how to flip, okay? Flip your wishes. Man, is he gonna... Okay. The old music. The old music. Okay. Hey man, he doesn't have mana, he doesn't have health. So now either I get ganked and we get the dragon, or I don't get ganked and this guy dead. You know? Oh god. Hopefully, actually, man, he doesn't have mana, so it's gonna be on... Oh, it...
Smash.
Yeah. Yeah. At least we get the dragon, right? It's all good. Oh, excuse me, we don't. No, we do. We do, because we do have that Giga Chad. We do have that Giga Chad. I'll take it, I'll take it. I'll take these ganks. Because once I reach Hydra, it doesn't matter, you know, what Rise has. Rise is like a champion who doesn't really... Okay. Rise is a champion who doesn't really have any answer. Oh, we didn't get the dragon after all. Man, come on. Come on, guys. How is that possible? How is that possible, guys? At least we get the grubs, I guess. Because what happened then is he ganked me, then he went bottom, he saved the dragon, and now Darius does grubs. So in a weird sense, we got grubs because of the gank, didn't we? You know? What is Vayne doing? Okay. Oh, that should have hit. Come on. Come on, boys. I like grubs. I actually like grubs much more than dragons, as I've said before. I've said it. Hey, I can't fight this guy because I know children. I'm actually gonna just farm this.
Have you said thank you once?
Okay, I need to recall. Oh, interesting. Okay, he's charging it up. He do be charging it up, boys. Okay. Yeah, he gave up. He gave up. It's all good. How does it feel, Rise? How does it feel? It feels pretty bad, doesn't it? You know? It feels pretty bad, doesn't it? You gotta be careful, though. If I'm low enough, he's gonna use his ult and I'm just gonna die instantly. And that's not what you want, okay? Unfortunately, I can't even push this because I have to be scared of him. Oh, God. Yeah, I can't get... Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Okay. The skin galaxy, the skin's incredible. All chromos amazing, but made in shoulders I can't. Isn't it called Vertex something? What's the name of it? It is different. It's not galaxy. Come on. It's not Galaxy. Okay, Rise. Where are you? Where are you, boy? Where are you? Mr. Salami. Mr. Salami. Where are you hiding? Is he coming with Vayne? Man, he's gonna TP with, he's gonna R with Vayne, let me tell you. He's gonna do that. There he is. Oh, he actually didn't R with Vayne, he just R'd. Okay, that's fine too. Darkstar, yes. Yes. Like the streamer, Timo will visit you tonight. That's not me saying that, I'm just reading chat. I'm not threatening you. Whoops. You gotta be careful, because again, I don't know where this guy is, and you know. You don't want to be feeding shadows, okay? You don't want to be feeding shadows. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. I'm actually eating into the window of boots, which is not good. After this wave, I go back and then I try to start proxy. You know, not start proxy, but maybe do something. Oh, hey, bro. Oh, of course. I can't really finish this. Whoops. Oh, that's lucky. Man, did you see what happened? He ganked bot and it almost turned the fight because I got scared of Nocturne. Man, League of Legends, right? League of Legends. Jesus. Imagine I died there because I got scared because of Nocturne. I think this Rise is gonna have a problem now. If I heal myself back enough with my Q, we will have enough to get him here. Oh no, Darius isn't even... Okay, it's fine. I wonder what the cooldown on that thing is. I wonder what the cooldown on that thing is. I might lose this plate, but I can't stay. Sorry. Will I though? Oh, I didn't even lose it. Okay, I'll take it. I'll take it, Mr. Rise. Coffee donations don't get read. Oh, don't you worry. I probably have turned them off. But I will, after the game, I will read them out loud. I will read them out loud. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. Oh man, I don't even have them, I think. Yeah, I don't have them set up. Because I reorganized OBS and I might not have the Indian accent thing anymore. Okay, he kills ghouls and I go. There we go. I might die, but it doesn't matter really. Because this is definitely worth the tower plus dragon. And, you know, if Nocturne doesn't gank, then there's no downside. It's free. That's what they call free, guys. There we go. There is a downside, of course. Okay, I could actually sacrifice this for the red buff. How healthy are these guys? Do I need to help them or not? Because it depends whether or not I'm gonna get it. Okay, comatose. Sorry, bro. Had to do it. Had to do it, bro. It's all good. I think Darius gets it anyway, right? Actually gonna sack the wave and help him. Because there's way too much stuff there in the jungle. I think I need to do some farming. A good farmer always recognizes a field that is overgrown, you know? Good farmer always recognizes a field that is overgrown. Am I right? Yes, I am. Okay. Darius just chunking him, chunking him, chunking him. I'm gonna sack the wave and get this guy. No. What? Where are you, boy? Oh god, well, why did probably not gonna catch him though. Don't ignite me. Come on. Ignite diff. But I had exhaust, so 1 for 1, you know? Okay, let me go into the coffee page and see what you wrote. Coffee page. Log in. I have 20 seconds to do this while I'm in the gray screen, right? Turn on browser notifications? No. Everything fell through with my relationship. Well, thank you for the donation, and ED, what ED? You know, I understand it's painful, but at the end of the day, it's one of the most human things that happen in the world, you know, relationships falling through. So, you know, ED, what ED? You had a crazy one, if I remember that correctly. So, 20% opacity. Do you mean the chat? Father, why not buy Sterox this game? Because it's a huge amount of money. It's a huge investment. Oops. What the F is going on there? Oh god. I didn't see that. I could have saved him. Yeah. Thank you for the streams from Russia with love. Is that even possible? Do people in Russia even have the capacity to feel something anymore, or not? Or has that been consumed with this, you know, by the system over there? Now, of course, people have the capacity to love, no matter how bad things are. Especially if you think about North Korea, for example, you know, where Russia do beheading, right? Then, of course, the people love, you know, but it's just that they have been... Hey, Comatose, what's going on here? I just smacked him. Did you see that? Okay. Oh, okay, 20%. Nice. You know what's fun? It is fun, actually. Oh, what the F? I just see Darius again and again. Oh. I just see Darius dying and again. You know, it's kind of... Does she really have not have any ticks? Huh, interesting. It's fun that, for example, Titus... Obviously, I have my own things going on, and I forget about you. But when I start streaming, memories come back. I start remembering, oh, you are this guy, you did this, and I have this extensive memory of what you do. And I do remember that you said that, that we discussed it being 20%. I guess I said it or you said it. I don't remember exactly, but yeah. So... 4-1 against the war? That would be kind of cool if that was true, but I don't want to burst your bubble, but in Latvia, we have Russian population, okay? Quite a big one. And let me tell you, those boys be hiding, okay? Yes, of course. A lot of people are good. You know, a lot of people... I think I gotta do the vegan thing and just be out of here. Nope. Nah, you're not gonna catch me. You're not gonna catch me. Okay, they are. Okay. I don't think I can get the cannon before I die. Maybe the ghouls will do it. The system will do it. Okay, Lulu? Nah, Lulu didn't get it. I thought Lulu will get it. But let me tell you something. In Latvia, we have this Russian population who lives here, it's a super mixed bag. Very messy politically, right? But people silently support. They say, hey, well, you shouldn't have messed. And then you say, hey, but nobody messed with anything. No, you did mess it, and so this is what you get. They have that view. They have that view. So you know, I would be glad if it was 4-1. You know, but yeah. Does your culture fear the Yule cat? I don't know what that is, so answer's probably no. We don't have any objectives, by the way. Oh, we have spirit petals, actually. Okay, cool. I'll take it. You have quite a few fans in Russia. Yeah, I get it. It's not a huge chunk of my viewers, but it's of course people still watch things. I don't envy people who are against the war who live in Russia. Those are actually the people who have it. In some ways, they have it way worse than us in Latvia. Way worse. If they're against the war, because you kind of have to live in fear, right? And you kind of have to. You know, not to sound cliche, but that's, you know, the system, this and that, you know. Yeah. I need to smack somebody, honestly. This Jin wants the farm, so I'm gonna give it to him and just take the 2 towers, okay? I'll just take the 2 towers. I thought everyone but Putin was against the war in Russia. What? Why would you think that? Well, if you're not from, if you don't, you know, if you don't, I actually don't know how would you have that view. I don't know how much. Yeah, I you know, it's clear. Just you know, just watch what people say. Watch interviews, watch stuff. I'm not saying it's like 100%, but there's a huge chunk that kind of takes the view that hey, you know, this is justified. This is just big powers doing what they do, etc. You know, all the arguments. No. Don't underestimate it. It's, you know, there's a huge population there who support it. Ask some of the people in the chat, you know, who are from Russia. Ask them, hey, do you support it? You're gonna see those arguments flowing in. You're gonna see, hey man, you're gonna see either, you know, I don't want to think about that. You know, we're just living life. That's one way. But then also, okay, that's like the least offender, which is still an offender, but it's the least. Okay. But a lot of people will start arguing like, hey, yeah, but you NATO did this, you know, and you're gonna realize that it's a little bit grimmer. But you just said it's 4-1, so you must have thought that it's at least 1 percentage-wise, like 25%, right? Yeah, you can't openly criticize. I thought it went Putin, Trump supporters, and then everyone else was against them. Not even sure what that means. I'm just gonna assume it's a jab at Trump. That's like that's usually like the easiest thing to assume. You know that more than half of the world supports Trump. I'm not saying you should. I'm definitely not saying that Europe should be happy about Trump. I'm saying that people are really close-minded because they forget about India, they forget about China, they forget about Latin America, they forget about... and that's like more than half, and you know, That's a huge chunk, and you count just the regular supporters, and then you think, hey. If we polled the world, what would it be, you know? What would it be? It'd be a lot. I can tell you that much. As a European, definitely, man. You know, why would you support Trump if he closed the sweet cash? Why would you support that? I guess if you look from the world perspective and you think that maybe Trump does something weird and the war somehow stops or something, then maybe you could say, okay, fine, the sweet cash stopped, but yeah, I guess he stopped the war, so fine. But, you know, I don't know if that's feasible to say that he can do that, you know. I guess I'll just go mid. I guess I just have to go mid now. I don't know what... Kai'Sa is dangerous because she's fed, isn't she? Yeah, of course she is. She has that shield and then... Yeah, that's unlucky. Shouldn't have got hit by that. I guess I'll just take... I don't know, do I take this? No, let's take this. I know people think that everything that happens in their age is like the most important thing and things are dire, but man, I'm telling you, this is just going to be a blip in the history. It's just going to be a tiny like, oh, you know, on this date this happened. Oh, then there was this thing. Oh yeah, it's, you know. How often does the Yomu's active come in handy for Maiden? Quite often. It's worth, definitely. It's definitely a worth investment. Man, I died, and we might lose the game because I died. Because of that Kai'Sa ult. She's 12-1, so I shouldn't have entered that one. I shouldn't have done it. Okay. We could catch her. Let's see. He silenced her. Interesting, interesting. Avoided it. We're set to see 4 degrees of warming by to that. Okay. I have a unique question to you about global warming, which is be careful when you answer this, okay? When do you think we're gonna get the first at least semi-accurate prediction about temperatures and sea levels? When do you think we're going to get the first one? Because you understand the science, you know, science is there, you know, this happens, you know. Oh. Okay, actually, that's interesting. I understand that, okay. Science is all around it, and predictions are wrong. I get it, it's fine, you know, I like the scientific method, it's all good. I'll take it. But, again, the question has to be asked, when do you think we're going to get the first... Okay. The first accurate one. Because I remember all my life, all my childhood, all my life, all the time, There are these predictions which just, okay, which are just wrong all the time. And they're not just wrong like a little bit, but they are wrong like a lot, you know? They are wrong a lot. But I still think that we are going to get the first accurate prediction. It's going to happen, you know? It's going to happen. I'm just saying that we have to be real about the predictions and stuff. A lot of the predictions we hear didn't happen. Bro, no. No. Again, do you know about India? Do you know about China? Do you know that they didn't do anything? Do you know that they are the biggest part of the world, and they don't change anything. They just grow. They just grow and grow and grow. Actually, I'm a little bit curious what happened in the end, because I could have maybe TP'd top, but it was just way too crazy to stop this champion. So they have only grown in terms of like their footprint, right? So it should have actually been worse than people predicted. And I used to be, when I was younger, I used to think like, oh, you know, yes, of course, plastic, you know, straws, paper straws, all the stuff. And it still is. I still think that it is. It's just that it's not enough, but it's so not enough that it's just incredible how little it matters. That it just completely changes like the picture of like the value of. You know what? I guess I could have TP'd, but it's not. You know, it's like 22 seconds until he comes back. But I don't know if I don't stay here, if I don't hit this wave or something, I think they just end. And maybe I could have TP'd, but I think that maybe now. But it's 12 seconds. Yeah, I don't think there was an opportunity. Look at that slurped up gold there. That's a lot. That's a lot. India keeps polluting. Yeah, but don't say India keeps polluting, because India is a poor country, right? So as the time goes on, they become richer and richer. And that makes the biggest footprint of all. You can do all the stuff that makes you feel good in the United States and UK about global warming, and it's 0.00 something percent compared to the fact that when people like grow out of poverty, that's like the biggest thing that increases like the footprint, right? And how are you gonna tell people in India, hey, no, you don't need. I think constantly the guy, I don't remember his name, but he had a great monologue about this. He said that, oh, you from the UK, you from the United States, and even from Latvia, I guess, are you gonna go to Indian people who don't have an indoor toilet and who don't have an indoor something, maybe a cold warm shower? Are you gonna tell them, no, guys, let's think about the 1 degree? Well, I guess you can do that, but I'm pretty sure it's not gonna work. And it's obviously not everyone, but a lot of people are in horrible, like, not horrible, but just really poor, you know. We need to measure pollution as per acre, not per capita. Does it make sense to do that? I don't know, maybe. I don't know. It's just that, yeah, just look at the countries, you know. Look at the countries and look at what they do. For every person in the first world is cleaning up their act, their temple polluting. Yeah, but again, you're saying like, oh, 10 people. You're saying that as if it's like super bad, but imagine you being there. Imagine you being poor in China, not knowing how to read. And obviously China is a huge place, different, circumstances are way different, but there's there's like an insane amount of people that you can't even imagine, especially in Latvia. For me, like, we have only 1 million people, 1.5, and there are so many people who don't have stuff, and you're going to tell them that they can't have more stuff? They haven't even felt life, really. And yeah. We exploited the land and polluted an insane amount. Exploited what land? Just your own land or what? It's not, it's not, we just, the British kind of won, and yeah, they were the first ones to pollute more, but it's not like, it's already kind of done. So there's no, okay. Oh, it's going to be an action lane, but it's fine. I can play the PvE. In any case, my point is that I think that Constantine... what? Why do we have... Excuse me, let's look at this lobby real quick, okay? Actually, it's pretty funny that her name is Desperate Leona, isn't it? I remember playing with this guy. He's a really, really, really strong Pantheon player. I lost to him like 8-0 or something. Let's see if he picks us up. Oh man, sorry about the Dark Star skin. I didn't see the donation. No, you haven't donated. Did you do it in YouTube chat or where? In YouTube. Okay, I'll definitely do it the next one. I promise. And again, thanks for the donation, my friend. Thanks a lot. But yeah, long story short, I have a very sober view now of global warming. I'm sorry, it's just not gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen. It's gonna warm. There's nothing that you can do. And it's worse when the West, in my opinion, okay? In my opinion, because I'm kind of a fan of the West, right? So it's worse when they think, oh, we are gonna not use nuclear. Actually, they should have used nuclear, but that's, Actually, Greta Thunberg is to blame for the war. But it's all good. It's just worse when the West thinks, oh, we're gonna limit ourselves. And the other countries who are like not really our friends, let's say, to a degree, there's big not friends, then just not friends. They're like a gray area. There's friends with benefits and stuff, and they just don't give a F, and that's it. All arguments are closed at that point. That's it. If you can't do it all together, it's over. It's gonna heat up. There's no. I don't see any other way. I do believe this so much that I just don't understand when people still have the view that, hey, we should really think about the cars. We should really think about the cars when when we drive. Did you drive 10 miles or 9? Let's try driving 9. No, it doesn't matter. Of course it matters, but it just doesn't matter significantly enough to make any kind of like, just the balance is not enough, Okay. I think the most productive way of having this conversation is just steering it towards nuclear energy, because that's something where we should all agree on. We don't have to go into morals about poverty and stuff. Just let's ask, hey guys, what are we doing? Why are we listening to Greta? Why are we listening to Greta? What are we doing? Why is the nuclear stopped? Cheap energy benefits globally. I actually kind of softly believe, or maybe let's medium believe, that energy cost is the only thing in the world. It's the only thing that's actually, if you lower the energy cost, you do better for world. If you don't lower the energy cost, there's nothing else you can do. It's always gonna, the theory is that it always comes back to energy cost. And any kind of, it goes even further. It goes into like all the like global like movements for all kinds of rights and human and all that good stuff, all that good stuff of human rights and, you know, all kinds of things. They only happen after the energy gets cheaper, and they never ever happen before. And I think there's a lot of truth to that. It's hard to prove it, but I think it's a really solid idea. Okay. So if you can do something to lower energy cost, you know, maybe do some research, maybe, you know, make a business that does this and that, you're cool. If you don't do that, you're a waste. You know, no, you know, not to sound like rough like that, but you know, in essence, yeah. In essence, yeah. Okay. It's not that you're a waste if you don't do that. It's just that, you know, the people who lower energy cost are the top G Chads. Are the big top G Chads. Oh God, of course he has him. I don't know why Silas is pinging me. I'm just having a bad time, right? And he's pinging me. Come on, boy. You know what that means? I know what that means. I know what that means. You know what those pings meant? I think you have watched this channel enough to know. Make land affordable. Man, you gotta stop. Land is more affordable than ever. You have to work less than ever to afford land. And that's it. You know, because it's always compared to what? Affordable. Because you can have an imaginary scenario where government gives you land, and then you say, okay, yes, it's affordable. But at the end of the day, compared to what? And it is quite clear that especially in the countries like Latvia and the West, you have to work less to get the same amount of land that you used to ever. The problem is that no one cares about the land that is free. They want in New York, and they want to say that, oh man, you know, I deserve this big mansion in New York. Oh man, look at this. This is so expensive. Yeah, just look at the cost of land. Look at how much do you have to work to get a piece of land anywhere, you know, in Latvia and stuff. I get that it might be costly if you think about, oh man, I don't want to work 5 years. I don't want to work 2 years to get this piece of land. I get it. But comparatively to how it was in the past, boy, you're tripping. You know, it's never been, you know. I'm not saying it shouldn't be better. I'm not saying that there aren't all kinds of mechanisms that make things more expensive than they should be. But bro, just remember about how it was. It was insane. People didn't just work 10 years, 15 years, 20 years to have a house. They worked their entire lives and they couldn't even get it. You know, their whole family worked for it. And they just couldn't even get it. So, bruh, come on. Land was free in my country. Yeah, okay, yes. Free in terms, you know, okay. Free if you only count like monetary exchange. But for example, if you travel with a ship, right, you fight wars, and it doesn't really it's not really that free if you do those things, right? You mean serfdom? I have to read the comment. I can't just read one of the comments. It's access. I don't get it. Yeah, but I just want to hammer this point home. Do you understand that now you have to work less than ever to achieve land or achieve house. If you just look at the hours worked and don't skew it for like New York or something, because New York and California, they just be expensive, you know. Just look at stuff that's, it's almost like New York and California and other places, of course, in the United States. They're just so valuable that it's out of the question even, you know. It's like such a privileged view to think, man, you know, I can't get this house in New York, bro. I gotta get it. Like, work 1 year and get it. What are you talking about? You know, what are you talking about? Yorick works insane amounts to get a house or land. Okay, if I want to get this Hekarim's land, let's see, there he is, right? I gotta work now. He's at his red buff, which is his farm, and this is well, this is the cookie jar, right? Historically, I gotta work pretty hard to do this. Look at this. I'm losing health. I'm risking. I might even die now. Yeah, I can't do this. This is a risk reward not worth. I'll be back. Don't you worry, I'll be back. Okay. Okay. What entertaining Lithuania facts do we have on menu? First of all, it's Latvia. It's fine. Same country, right? It's like 30 times less. All three Baltic countries have 30 times less population than New York or something. Not New York, but oh, actually, twice. New York has 9 million, right, or something. So it is 2 times less. All 3 countries has 2 times less population than New York. It's insane. Those numbers are insane. People often overlook them, you know. Hey, Thresh, what are you doing? Why are you pressuring this? I don't get it. Why you can't let the farmer be a farmer? What the problem? What the problem at? You don't have to provide healthcare for Maiden. I guess not. Yeah. New York has 20 million. Well, my bad. Was off by 10 million. Baltic countries times 3. You used to get homesteads in the Union just for moving west. Okay, fair point. I get it. Well played. But fine, I'll take it. I'll take that argument because yes, it's true. You used to get just by, you know, going there. I get it. If you don't count war and, you know, fighting the tribes and stuff, which is quite a high price sometimes. But if you imagine a scenario where it's just an overwhelming victory or something, yeah, fine. It's kind of free. Yes. It's true. It's true. But that's just that's just kind of one of those things where, you know, when you go someplace and there's nothing, if you, again, you know, if you're a horrible person and say, hey man, you know, these guys are here, it's nothing, right? Yeah, it's a horrible thing to do and say, but that's just a history, right? I guess it's free, but you know, I don't think everybody in Europe wanted to travel there. I think it was just a few of the guys who. Okay. I actually have no idea who was the travelers, but yeah, it's true. It's true. Yeah, yeah. I guess my point would be easier to see that if I looked at my parents and grandparents and how much they had to work, and how much we have to work in Latvia now. And here's the big part. With all of the insanely bad economic things that went, you know, the war and the COVID and stuff, it's still easier. So, man, young people, I don't even know how to say it without sounding boring and cliche, but they be tripping, man. They be tripping if they think that they have it bad. Oh my lord, they be tripping. Yeah, that Pantheon dead. That Pantheon dead. Oh, this is Challenger Leona. Those mechanics. Those Challenger mechanics. This is actually, fun fact, the first time I get stunned by a Challenger Leona player. I live in Florida, there's no way it was ever worse. Bro, yeah, I don't know what to tell you. You just have to look at how people lived and what they had. Yeah, just remember. Just remember, man. At the end of the day, just look at how much you have to work to get stuff. That's it. Look at how much you have to work to get stuff. Everything else is just noise. Just absolute noise. Just look at the hours. That's it. And of course, you know, kind of like the relative hardness or something of those hours, probably. That's actually a whole other can of worms, because let me tell you, it used to be pretty bad. People would just die at work. Now they just are bored and they think, oh man, it's so horrible. Which is horrible, of course, I get it. You know, I don't like being bored as well, but bro. My house has grown 15 times in value. But you have to look at the whole picture. You can't just say, oh, the number bigger. It doesn't, you know, the number bigger is almost like a manipulation by the, I don't know who is manipulating there, maybe the devil or something, but it's, you know, in some places I will agree, you know, maybe New York is kind of like insane. Maybe in New York you would get some insane numbers, but in relatively sort of normal places where you don't have an insane amount of black swan variables that you have to fix to get an appropriate assessment of how much you have to work to get what. It's just not true. Because the thing is, people imagine it's like, people imagine exactly that. They think it's like 15 times worse. I think it's maximum 1.5 times worse in the worst possible places. But on average, it's better, and then, you know, if you count everything in, on average, it's just better. And I think the worst extension of this is that people say that, hey man, you know, if you gave us good quality of life, maybe we would have more kids. And then you look at India, oh, they have it like 15 times worse and they have more kids. What up? What's going on there? And people in World War II had it 100 times worse, had 15 times more kids. What's going on there? I honestly, I probably get a little bit triggered by these arguments. That's why I talk about them sometimes. But you know, sometimes when you get triggered by things, it's for a reason. An easy game. I don't even know why. I don't know why those poor desperate Leona. Land, no, it's not harder, man. You have to do the calculation before you do it. There's no point arguing with this. I guarantee you that land is easier in most places in the world. Most places in the world. Okay. Lack of birth control. Yeah, I get it. I get it. It's probably a thing, but again, the argument is a little bit different. Kids say, not kids, but let's say my age people say, "Hey man, stuff is so bad. Stuff is so bad that I will never bring a child into the world. Stuff is so bad, man." And stuff is not worse than it is in places and historical times. It's the best and easiest time ever, and people are making this argument. It's just, I wouldn't even talk about this ever if it was like 1% of people making this argument, but it's like 50%. You hear this all the time. Oh, it's so tough for us, man. It's so tough for us. Bro, come on, please learn some history. I don't know. It's just, and there's so many layers to this. You can start going into, hey man, you're in the United States, boy. You're in the South Korea, boy. It's the easiest places to live ever, and you're still whining. You're still whining. How is it possible that guys who were much, much higher rank than the last game, it was like a game where it was such a breeze that you didn't even feel like playing the game, How is that possible? Do we ignore this number, or do we remember this number? It's less than Thresh, okay? It's less than Thresh. What's up with that? Let's just easily read this, just not easily, but quickly. We've been losing buying power for like 80 years. Probably, yeah, probably. But again, I'm open to seeing the numbers, like the real numbers of how much do you have to work to get, for example, a car? How much do you have to work to get a house, and how good that house is compared to what you could get? How much do you have to work to get land? All those. I want to see that kind of a chart. I don't want to see any kind of manipulations with words about, oh, this is bad, this is this is that. But again, I'm open to all kinds of stuff about, hey man, these trade agreements, bleeding money, all that jazz. I understand it's I mean, you're right, but I don't want to buy land in Sudan. No, I'm talking about Latvia. I'm talking about United States. United States, of course, it's a little bit like, it's on the high end because it's the place where everybody wants to be. Giving birth is not easy. No, I'm not saying people should. It's 100% your choice. No question there. And people, I respect everyone who chooses what. I'm just saying that when people start saying, oh man, it's so tough for me, that's why it's not happening, it's just not true. Bro, just look in the mirror, look in the past, look in the history, read some books about how it was just not that far back into the future. It's just, I think the reason I'm so triggered by this is because I live in Latvia. And people do be whining, and Latvia is a fine place to live. We're 5 times more poor than the United States, and we, it's fine. We don't whine. We do whine, of course, but Sorry, we're distracting you with deep thoughts. No, it's fine. I like it. PVE number. Yeah. That's just a number, man. It's a principle. As production becomes easier, personal lag becomes harder. Factory is most expensive. This seems like a theory that I do appreciate, but you gotta kind of show the real numbers and the real. I really want to tie myself to the question: how many hours do you have to work to get this much stuff? That's the most important thing, because that's the only thing in a sense that actually exists in life. That and Yorick Smash. How consciousness is configured based on your own social environment. Yeah, agreed, of course. Pantheon was doing work. That's why he's challenger, right? I've traveled all over Europe, man, and I'm jealous. Europe has a lot of places where they've been riding the wave. True. It's true. And maybe, there's a lot of things that make you feel like that. And maybe it's true, a lot of places in Europe are better than a lot of places in the United States. I've never been to the United States, but obviously people say, oh, Europe this, Europe that, but they ignore the places where it's bad. Very, very often. Does Latvia have the immigration problem the US has? No. Latvia is not the place where people want to be and take from the system. That doesn't happen. Latvians are the ones who went to the UK, exploited the system, and then UK kind of wised up to that, and you can't do that anymore. That's what Latvians did. But it was fine, people just looking for jobs. I'm not saying, I always big time sympathize with people saying, hey, I want a better life, In Brazil, a 2-bedroom apartment is easily 130 of minimum wage without including bills. Yeah, but I'm just asking the real numbers of hey man, how, because I don't care about the minimum wage. Who cares about it? Used car is at least 25 times. Used car in Latvia, I sold my used car for 300 euros. and guys bought it, they were happy. Minimum wage here is like 5.80, something like that. So I don't know how bad is it in Brazil, but that's what I'm talking about, man. You're just giving these numbers, and what kind of cars are you imagining? I don't know. It's so incredibly relative with the example you give that we can't get smarter. We can't become smarter, really. Do people still? Oh, that's a good question, Titus James. That's a good question. Let me answer. No. Because Latvia, so here's the deal. It used to be like Latvia had like 3 times cheaper food than UK and Denmark. I was in UK and I was in Denmark. They have the same prices now, but Latvia for some reason doesn't have the same economy. I don't know what happened. I guess it's I've no idea what happened. I actually no idea. But yeah, cheapest used car that drives in the US is around 1K. The car that I sold for 300, you wouldn't really say that I think it drove for like 2 months maximum. So yeah. What do you mean minimum wage doesn't matter? Well, the guy said, that something, rent or something is minimum wage. I guess who cares, because what matters is what people actually earn. It's, it does matter, I guess, but it doesn't matter to me because I don't want to bog down my thinking with, this number. I want to see how much you have to work and how hard the work is to get all the stuff, Pokrik, would you say things are better in Detroit? I have no idea. I've seen some images of Detroit. I know it looks pretty grim and it's almost funny how grim it is, but I don't want to, I don't. Oh, today, I guess in Hiroshima, of course. No, I get the question, of course. I guess it is, yeah, because, why wouldn't it be? I gotta be honest, Poker, there's a mix of good old grinding to get your stuff and a good portion. Yeah, I get it. Yes, true. Agreed. I have to show you Bondle. Guys, are you ready? I have to show you Bondle. You haven't seen it. All Hacker, of course, I'm gonna play with your skin. Don't you think I won't? You said something here. I saw your comment and I ignored it. I didn't ignore it. I just kind of focused differently. GG. Oh, okay. Well, I read your comment. Thanks for GG. Yeah, next one I'm gonna play with your skin. So let's look at the bundle, okay? There are some new additions there. Again, check out Ground News. If you want to be grounded, please check out the sponsor.
Season 2026?
Okay, season 2026. That's not what I want to see. Bundle. Are you ready for some bundle updates? Which are going to be kind of juicy, I get what you're saying. Fine, I'll take it. It's a good point, but it's more like a party trick than a real thing that makes you actually smarter. But yeah, it's an interesting thing that can happen. I get it. It's an interesting thing that can happen, which does of course happen. Okay. It's more like a party trick argument than Here we go. Finally. Yes. Here we go. Let me show you what I have updated here. So first of all, just a quality of life update, right? Oh, I already, oh man, sorry for spoiling the bundle. Jesus. Reset progress. Sorry for spoiling the bundle. Today's bundle. Do not forget Darkstar Yorick. Yes, will not. Thank you for reminding me. It is better to immediately take it, just so I don't have to actually be scared that I am going to... Do you think EU was positive? I have no idea, man. It's such a hard question to answer. I guess yeah. I guess yeah. I don't know. It's really hard to say because they do these. Latvia has a lot of infrastructure and things that has been built because money flowed. So I don't know. Is the macroeconomy better or worse, or is it enough that they gave us money? Yeah. So, first of all, a quality of life update. This little, this thing now works perfectly. You can slow it down and it doesn't reset the animation, which is really satisfying, I think. Right? You already know it's Ari, sorry. So, I think it's really satisfying. Let's change the animation. It doesn't reset. It still does it. So there's this challenge thing, which it's a link that you can copy and send to a friend. For example, you think, oh, okay, I want to challenge them with this particular animation, right? I think that it's, my friend is going to get a kick out of it or something. You click this link and then you copy and they're going to get exactly this one. Because this kind of looks like Aurelian Soul flying, right? Yeah. And of course, endless mode, 1 minute challenge mode, 3 minute challenge mode, these modes. Those are insane modes. Those are really insane modes. They work. For the first time, I personally felt like, oh man, I have to play Big Mad right now. Darkstar Big Mad. Which one? I'll just choose one of these. If you manage to tell me, I'm gonna choose the one you told me. If not, then not. Can you add the option to hide the guest bar? Yes, you already can. Yellow. Somebody said yellow. Okay. Yes, you can already do that. At the bottom, it says Show UI. You click that. You can hide it. Yes. See? You can see it because it's too low, I think. Yeah, there we go. And yeah, there's a 1 minute challenge mode. Look at this. Oh, I hid the UI. I think it's Leona, right? Yes, boom. Galio? No. AA trucks? Yes, boom. Cled? No. What the F? Tristana? Boom. Jinx. Who else? Who else? I don't know. Zig? No, it's not Ziggs. Why am I saying that? Jesus, what the F is this? Is that Quinn? The F? I have no idea. Yeah, I don't know. What are these? And in the challenge mode, unfortunately, you can't see what you missed, you know. But it's quite fun, you know. Up until this point, I was the one who always knew the animations, so I never get to experience like this. Oh, you know, this is. I'm surprised, you know. It's kind of quite fun, you know. I only just now realized that it's an actually really fun game. It was on Bessa? Okay. I'm positive it smells like a wet dog. I don't think... Oh, hello, Tuna. I haven't answered you, but I will answer you. Don't you? But, you know, I don't have to say this because, you know, because I usually answer later. I kind of mull it over in my head and then I give an answer, but truth be told, I didn't really quite perfectly read everything yet, but I will. You know, it's just it is what it is. I don't want to be consumed by these arguments. When I was younger, I used to be consumed, but I just don't. I just don't right now. Tiny mustache. Okay. Is he Grandmaster or something? Smack. Another smack. Or a nibble. Yes, a nibble. I gotta do an all-in soon. There's a positive thing here, you know. AD, double AD. Boom. I think he did. What? What happened? Oh, is that, what? I don't know his abilities. This is the first time I play against him, I think. Are you enjoying your skin choice, my friend? Does he have a lot of healing? I think he does, right? Man, I'm not there. What are you doing? Level 3. Unfortunate. It is what it is. Not gonna happen, bro. Not gonna happen, bro. You're too strong. I guess he's a scaling champion, isn't he? Potions, I think. Yeah, maybe there were potions. Okay, Lee Sin, Cyber David. Man, that's a good name. I love it. I love the name Cyber David. He's gonna gank me. You'll see. You'll see. I don't have exhaust. I have nothing. I have nothing to my name. I have nothing to my name. Okay. It's called Zahen or Zahin. Or Zahen. I already forgot. I found this out last time, but you know, now I don't. Now I don't know. I want to smack him once I am green. Once I have the green thumb, then we can talk. Before I have it, probably can't talk. Oh god, he's such a professional. I don't like it. I get triggered by it, by the way. Do I win this? If I have 20, I do. But I don't have 20, unfortunately. If I had $20 on my name, not dollars, but mana bar, mana thing. Yeah, tiny mustache. Yes, you got it, you got it. I'll lose these minions. I got angry, actually. Honestly, got angry. Oh god, what the F is going on there? Shaking Terra, Talia. What you doing, boys? What you doing, boys? By the way, this item is a beast. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. And look at Katarina. I know Katarina is AP, right? But, oh man, why didn't I TP? But she still really suffers from this. Sorry. Had to do it. I actually don't know if I had to do it. I might lose the cannon though. Man, please don't make me lose the cannon. It's gonna be embarrassing. Because I'm not yet level 6 and it's really, you know. Man, Talia inting. Zach a little bit inting. Semi-inting. Okay, slipped out. Annoying. Okay, just a professional. Nothing I can do against a professional. Oh, do you hear that? I've never heard this. Wow, okay. Thanks to All Hacker, by the way. All this music. Where's Lee Sin, boy? Sorry, man. This time you're not slipping away. I don't know what you're doing. Are they coming or what? There she is. Oh my lord. Ah, too many shots from the tower, man. Unlucky. I'm carrying. Yes, you were. You're carrying the music. I inted this one, by the way. If we lose the game, remember this. This was totally unnecessary. 100% unnecessary. Mike Shinoda levels of unnecessary. Yeah, thanks for the compliment about the Santa hat. It's a cool hat. Like 2 weeks ago, somebody suggested I add. I asked for suggestion, and somebody in the chat said, "Oh, you should add shovel to your hat." And when I read it, I thought, "What? What are we talking about here? What do you mean a shovel to my hat?" And then I thought, "Nah, I'm gonna add it." And I added it, and it looks awesome. Those 3 shovels, they look awesome. I don't know. Lee Sin's gonna be here in about 15 seconds, I would say. Let's count. Are you counting, guys? 15 seconds. I still have 15 seconds. Okay, 5 seconds. Okay. I would say, okay, he's here now. Let's find him. Oh, almost. Almost perfect, wouldn't you say? Oh, I have to stay. Please. Oh, my sweet lord. Mr. Zach, what are you doing? Mr. Zach, what are we doing? We should have been more on the inside so that she can hit her abilities. Yeah. At least we got 2, didn't we? I think this one, right? Yeah. Yeah, those are 3 shovels. If you have other suggestions, please do give them, because who knows, maybe after 2 weeks I'm going to remember your comment and I'm just going to add it, because often that happens, you know? Often that happens. Man, these games are just a stomp after a stomp. Either on my team or on their team. It's just all the time, you know? So it's kind of unsatisfying. Katarina too fat. Hey, I can fight you both, guys. I can fight you both, boys. Okay, he knocked me up. As if I was his college girlfriend, right? Man. Hey, I need to close Bondle. Because it soaks up a little bit of my GPU. She's fed. Hope that Thornmail helps. Well, you know, it's probably, this is gonna probably help more. But both of them together, yeah. I really do enjoy playing this tank once in a while. It's like it takes pressure off of you, you know what I mean? Please don't int this one. Okay, very nice. 06 Talia. Can we please stop inting? Can we press a pause button on that? Please. I beg you. It's an, you know, I would send you a letter to ask you to stop, please, inting. But I recognize that sometimes it's hard, but I would even add some perfume to that letter, you know? It's just so there's a higher chance that you stop inting. Please. Sorry. Sorry about that. Those who know why I said sorry are true Yorick Chads. Farmer Chads. Any guesses? Gonna get ganked by Katarina. No? She chooses a different path. Okay. Plating, yep. 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 I like when people pay attention. Sometimes I feel like, nobody cares about nothing. And then I ask, do you know why I said sorry? And people know that it's a plate. Yeah. Do I get it now or am I gonna die? I don't know. I have no idea. I've never dove this guy, so I don't know how much he does. I really don't. All things considered, Giga Week champion. I don't know what to say. Adding perfume to the letter. How long have you been catfishing? That's an ancient tactic. I guess I just channeled that from my grandfather or something. Of course, in those days, perfume was just a piece of bread or something like that. He wants a smack, I feel like. When is she coming? Oh, please Sin. Hey man, careful. Careful, bro. Am I not the one who should have been okay, how many of those is he gonna have? No, bruh, it's not gonna work. No, 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 can't. Cyber David. Cyber David. He's gonna throw it, and Zach is gonna gank him. Ah, too bad. What? What? How far? How is he that far? He can revive. Oh, I didn't mean dive him like, kill him. I meant more dive the tower, you know. Nice music. Again, all hacker carrying the music. I like it, I like it. I've never heard it. But it's weird, it's not melodic enough, I feel like. They should have added some melody to it. Should I go here? Yeah. A good farmer always recognizes an overgrown field, right? And this is an overgrown field if I've ever seen one. Just FF. No, just stop Inton. I think it's ominous. Yeah, true. Ominous. But just a little bit, because the skin that is the western skin, it's very ominous, but it has melody to it, you know what I mean? Threat? No? Twitch? Sorry, Twitch. Had to take that. Can't let you run around with more than that. Guys, it's 25 to 7. Can we stop Inton, please? Twitch left the lane, it's fine. It's all good. You know what's interesting? That with these items, your wave clear is in a sense even more satisfying than the one with Hydra. You know? They all died. Can I get one plate before they come and get me? Yes, I think I can. Who's voting? No, exactly. Of course it's me. What you even asking, boy? What you even asking? Look at how much damage I did, even without any damage items. Look at these. Tank Yorick is also pretty powerful. What the F happened? I don't know. Talia entered a bunch of times. I guess Zach entered a bunch of times. No, guys, you're not gonna dive me. I'm gonna sit here until the cows... Okay, I might die. Okay, I might die, actually. Don't do it. Oh, God. Does he really have it? Oh, my sweet. Oh? That's kind of funny, honestly. I think Katarina left him hanging, though. You know? Katarina left him hanging. But game recognized game. I've died like that also, so don't be too harsh on him. Don't be so... Oh, do I need this one? No. What am I doing? I don't need that one. Yeah. Oh, how did you remember that? Whoa, I had forgotten about it. That's a good one. Titus James, you seem quite intelligent in economy things, even though we argue very often about stuff. Tell me your take. Why is gold up so much? That's just an insane amount of gold, you know, change in price. I understand it just reflects... oh, sorry. It's just a reflection of how bad this is. Macrolicious. Basically, the way I see it is just a very, very rough estimate of how much gold is up. That much manipulation has been done with the prices of other things. That's my estimate, but it's quite a lot, you know. It's 3 times or 4 times or 5 times or just an insane amount. It's because USD is broken. But, you know, there are many currencies in the world. And all of them seem to be bad, you know, going down compared to gold. Gold is up because nobody can trust the US dollar. Yeah, but it went up big time, even you know. It's been going up a lot, you know. It's been going up a lot. I think it went even more up when things weren't, you know, the war wasn't here. It's sort of, it doesn't seem like, I don't know, it seems like it's a little bit bigger than the US dollar and stuff. Okay, we started getting some things done. Yeah, but the gold USD downgraded. Okay, fine. For example, for me personally, I had a paid decrease of like 11% because Euro versus USD was worse. He says poor Yorick, man. Yeah, game recognized game. But it was 11%. It was of course bad, and I'm mad at Trump for doing that because the money that comes from YouTube, for me it gets converted to euro, which means that I started getting like, it was a 11% decrease for me. But that aside, it's not enough to kind of like have gold be like 3 times where it was a few years ago. What's going on? What? Hey man, I'm gonna smack you. Until they come to rescue him, I'm gonna be smacking him a lot. He's gonna be revived, so I probably don't even need to attack him that much. Yeah. Press those buttons, boy. Man, he actually does press those buttons pretty well. So this is one of the sanctions where the streamer only reads YouTube, not Twitch. What? I have both in my chat. For example, Tuna is from Twitch. Okay, Titus, I get that, but it's kind of like a super complicated and almost boring answer because they've been doing these manipulations. And whenever people talk about these conspiracy theories about manipulations and stuff, they always kind of say that, hey, you know, they are doing this to better themselves, like to better the US dollar or whatever. But at the end, it was suffered. So who's the idiot there? You know, did they do it, or did they do it to suffer, or did they fail, or what's going on there? You know, it just doesn't seem logical, really. Hat suggestion. Okay. Let's read it. We are crossing the threshold where it's becoming impossible to pay us of debt. I get it. I get that it's a problem, but they've been saying that for forever. So, you know, at the end of the day, who cares? If nothing changes, who cares? I guess they're just going to figure out a way to, I don't know. I think the threshold, yeah, people have been saying that we are crossing the threshold for a long time. Hat suggestion, a present with a toy ghoul on top of it, perhaps corner like elf on the shelf. Ghoulie on a gratuity. Either a gravestone hat or a ghost of Christmas future on it. I think elf on the shelf, ghoulie on a gratuity. I don't understand what gratuity means in this sense, but I would add a ghoul to the hat. Yes, I'll see if I can remember that. Krampus hat. Oh, that's the Dwight hat, right? He has a couple of good wids on Lethal Yorick. Who has that? I don't know, man. I think you're wrong about the lack of confidence because look at the chart. Okay, so to prove that you're right, you would no. I guess I would say to disprove what you said. Look at Euro versus USD timeline, and then gold chart, and it's not gonna make sense. You know, it's there's not gonna be a correlation to those, because I remember when around COVID or before COVID or around there was some time when it didn't make sense. USD was even stronger than the euro. There was a time when you would pay more euros for a dollar than dollars for a euro. And now it's just not the case. And I wonder if they're going to do something about it, because I don't like when YouTube sends me money and it's less. Trump, what you doing, man? Just get your things together, make the euro weak again so that I can get more gold. Of course it's not true, because that's only a partially of the gold that we get here. So it's not worth, but I'm just saying, you know, if YouTube was, you know, it's a noticeable amount, but obviously you don't, as a European, you don't want your currency to be weaker. So at the end, it's actually, you know, the thing Titus said about other currencies backing their own currencies with USD. I have no idea what that means. I've been hearing this stuff, like, you know, when I was in my 20s, people, it was cool to say stuff like this, but I'm not saying you don't know what you're saying. I don't have proof that you don't know what you're saying, but I know that my friends, especially one friend named Oscar, he used to say this stuff when he was 19, didn't know nothing about anything. And he just said this stuff because it was kind of cool to know that this is this case. But I can honestly say right now, I have no idea what it means that it's world reserve currency. I have no idea what it means that countries are backing their own currencies with USD. I can look at the chart and I can see, okay, so for $1, I have to pay 1.1 euros. I can see that, you know. I can see stuff like that. I can understand stuff like that. Other stuff, bro, it's like Riot adding changes to the patch and releasing new champions. I'm going to ignore it because, you know, I'm going to ignore it. Hi, Mr. Pokrik. How is your December so far? Very good. I feel the most happiest I've ever been in my life, I would say. Definitely. What kind of a skin, All Hacker? Since you paid the 10, and let's say skin is 5, so you have one more. Knights Reverse, you pay. Right now, yes. Right now it's 85, but it used to be 1.1. The last one? Oh man, this one? High Noon? I think this might be the last match of today's stream. Yeah. That's very good news. I wish I felt that happy. You know, people are different, and you know, I wish you to feel happy as well. You know, there's not much I can say. There's not much I can say. It's just because I'm like finishing projects. I'm nearing the finishing of my game. I updated Bondle. I have all sorts of interesting news in my life, and it's kind of cool, you know. Obviously, in January, the family grow in size, you know, right around my birthday, which is like you know, also a pretty fun thing. So, all in all, good days. I like them. I like them. Having a kid, yes. Yes. Hello, XOLL. Check out the addition to Bondle. There's finally a forever mode and challenge mode and a tiny quality of life improvements. Yeah. It explains a lot, yes. Yes, of course. I do get it. It's a cliche. People get married, they have kids, they become happier. Yes, I get it, but things seem to be going better for me in all areas for some reason. I don't know. It's like let's just be very annoying and say that the kid is just manifesting stuff from the, from the womb. Oh, thank you for the hype train. Thank you for the hype train. You have every reason to be optimistic. Yes, but again, I wasn't that optimistic like 5 months ago. I still knew about the kid, but I was a little bit like worried. I was like, hey, what's going on? And I had a little bit of stress. There was a little bit of that skippity pop going on in my cells. You know how they say that stress, cellular stress. Oh man, this guy, right? Cellular stress is just the worst thing of all, right? Oh, no, I can't get that. There we go. Of course. One more smack. Oh Lord. I need that level 2, boys. I need that level 2 for this, because I will die if I don't get that level 2. Okay, I need that level 2. Oh man, he got smacked and that's it. And I survive now. Very nice, very nice. Boom. Could have even maybe gotten him. No, you can't proxy that, bro. What you doing? Too little health. That's what you get, boy. That's what you get. You don't play with Pokrick over here in the top lane. You don't be poking them. What do you think of the new season changes? So I watched the video in the beginning of the stream. It was kind of an uneventful watch. But I can tell you that I remember one thing. That the Nexus towers are gonna respawn with a lot less health. So there is a reason to kill them now. And that, I think, is the biggest buff to my playstyle, personally. Okay, man. Okay, bro. Smack. How does it feel? How does it feel to get outscaled at level 3, bro? It feels bad, I know. I've been there. I've never played Tryndamere, who's a barbarian, and I've never run bare-chested across a field. But in a sense, maybe in a different life I have. So in a different life, maybe I have. Man, he's gonna get. Oh, I'm not gonna get ganked. Smack. These smacks are really important. They really make you. Hey, you gotta use it, bruh. I think I'm just gonna leave real quick. Level 20 Yorick. Yeah. I actually don't like those changes. I think that level 20 thing is horrible. Some of the changes I just don't like. I see them giving themselves tools to balance what people do, and I don't like that. Man, how did I miss a static champion? But a lot of the changes, like the speed to running and, especially the towers. Yeah, I like to change the towers. I really do. Have I had a mid-game today on stream? I think I've lost all games except the mid one. Oh, God. Yeah, of course he's here. No, I think I'm dead. Yeah. Of course he was waiting in the bushes. What is your Twitch handle? I have no idea. Pokerick Face, I think? No, I have an idea. It's Pokerick Face, I think, yeah. PvE. Oh, of course he gets a freeze for this. Well, why wouldn't he? Come on. Why would I be playing a lane where I get help? Why would you ever imagine that that will happen? Come on, guys. I played Yorick a while ago and interested in wondering any advice. Yeah, farm. Farm a lot. Farm a lot. Hey, do I get the level 6 from this or not? I might actually not get it. Hey, man. Sorry, bro. I don't know what he's doing. I guess he's just a shopkeeper. Oh, the music. Again, carrying this, all hacker. Am I pronouncing your name right? Just carrying the music. He's gonna get level 6 and then I have to be careful, but other than that it's all the same thing. It's easy. If you play top, you can easily go for a Bramble Vest and then you counter everybody. He must have thought he was going to take... No, I think that he's such an ego player that he didn't even think that. He just thought that he's gonna run me down, as he's used to. Man, did I miss this one? No, I didn't. Okay, it's cool. It's a very slow push here. At least it's not like a complete freeze. All hacker in Arabic means the hacker. Oh, so that's how simple that is. What's the hardest matchups? I would say Mel, Jax. I don't like Jax because I just, in general, really don't like when people can ignore your damage. Just in general. Smacked him. Sorry, bro. I'm just gonna smack you all day if you need to. If you're gonna come to the place where you're not supposed to come, I'm just gonna smack you all day. Nah. Could have gotten his... Oh god, of course. Oh. Why would I ever play a lane where I get all this help? Come on, please guys. Please guys. Why would I ever think that that's gonna happen? Let's just buy this guy real quick. Yeah, thank you for the support. Glad support. Yeah, keep up the fun content. Your videos always so low stress and so. Yeah, nice. Thank you. I'm glad that I have that vibe. Warren Buffett said that the best approach to is dollars are slow approaching zero. Come on, please stop using these party trick arguments. Please. I guarantee you, you're gonna do this in real life once, and somebody is gonna be mad. Somebody's gonna be mad. I guarantee. A person in the past once wrestled me because I made something like that. I made an argument like that. How does it feel, Tryndamere, to get countered by your supposed counter? I know how it feels. Nocturne just coming again. Is he? Is he? I don't actually know. Read the 2 other comments first. I will, just out of respect and out of, you know, just being fair. What you doing, boy? It's not gonna happen. Okay, I missed it. I gotta be careful now, because I don't know if he... You know what? Let's see. Okay. It's all good. I TP back and then I maybe do something. Flew a little bit too close to the sun. Yeah, about the circulation, okay. I have a basic understanding of why that's bad, you know, inflation and stuff, just diluting the value. Okay, fine. But I don't know. I don't think I'm dumb. I just don't. It's just not obvious to me to make conclusions of stuff like this. You know, it's just not obvious to me what kind of conclusions to make there. This is the beautiful music. Oh man, that nocturne again. That nocturne again. I think the honeymoon for this Tryndamere might be over soon, but we'll see. He's actually missing CS doing this. Okay, I'll take it. I gotta be careful because his item is quite strong now. He took the item that can actually win against me. To use his ult soon. If he doesn't, then I don't know what's the cooldown on that thing. Okay, I gotta be careful. Oh, there we go. Man, so lucky the second time, right? I should have just kind of veered to the side, and I should have taken that little speed up, and then I would have done it. Oh. No. Man, I can't go there with the Nocturne ult. Okay. I don't know, do I go in there? Yeah, he survives. Very nice. Could get the first tower because of this. But we'll see. If I die now, it's not gonna be that bad. So I can try a little bit. It's a top gap a little bit, yeah, but you know, come on. Oh, what? He didn't press it in time or what? I think he didn't. That's funny. Really is. I'm a little bit too weak to get this. Man, that's so funny. That is such a funny sound. Maiden music gap. This maiden music is really good. Not this one, the one that, you know, stopped because he unfortunately was very rude and you know, maiden died. I think I can get this. Boom. Top gap. Unfortunately, I do need to buy a little bit of magic resist. Because if I don't, then what am I doing? XOLL, did you check out the bundle? The new additions to it? Am I the only one who's excited by them? It would make sense if I was, but you know. Whoop. Whoop. Thank you for the health. I'll take that. While I wait for the wife to come home. Smack. Not gonna happen, bruh. Actually, it might. Sorry, bruh. Had to do this. Had to do this. That was an insane wall bait diff slash something outplay. Where can we send fan art if we wanted to? Oh, somebody actually wrote it in the comments. I didn't respond to it. There's just an email in my YouTube channel. You go do the robot test and the email is gonna appear in that email, yeah. You can use that one. What Christmas preps did you start? I bought some presents for the wife. We bought some presents for the upcoming child. I guess those are not presents, those are just basic things that I need. But, oh. Gonna do an ego recall. You absolutely have to know his old cooldown. If you don't, you're not playing the game. Big brain, yeah. Big brain. True. This is so funny. This music is so funny. Now the next addition to Bondle would be skins, right? Skins, okay? But let me tell you this much. That's gonna require some work, okay? That's gonna require some work. I can fight this guy, I don't care. Okay. Man. Should have at least gotten his ult by that. What you doing, boy? What you doing? Not gonna happen. The father is here, okay? Don't be smacking the wife. Don't be doing that. I prefer my skins boneless. Ha! Huh. Yeah, Bonedle, Skindle. I should rename it Skindle. There should be a Halloween version where when you go in it, it's called Skindle. And there's just a skin lying on the... Oh, what you doing, boy? There's just a piece of skin lying on the ground and you have to tell the champion by it. You know? Oh god, of course he's here. I love the fact that the Maiden Summoning music canceled the winter map. Yeah, it's a nice thing. I like it too. I like it too. UV map was in would be kind of hard to read. Yeah, but it would be kind of funny. I think it's actually a good idea to do that. The UV map, I don't think it should be like a UV map version of the texture. I mean, it would be like a pile of skin, literally, if you imagine the bones disappearing and the skin falling down physically, and then it's like a clump on the ground. I think that version should be the Skindle version. And, you know, I might have to TP, actually, you know. Might have to. Yeah, I'll TP. I'll TP this time. Because he's going to have a lot of pressure from these ghouls. And it's going to be good for us. Because I will not lose anything doing this. I'll actually only achieve. Okay. I don't want to chase him because he's one of those guys who, if you chase him, it's getting worse. Oh, who do we have here? Oh, what do we have here? Actually, okay. The only good thing about this is that he also died, so it's 4v4. But it's worth because of this crash. So all other things equal, top gap. Okay? All other things equal, okay? Fortunately for us, it's non-equal in our favor. So it's all good. Man, I like, the more I think about it, I like the skin idea. I like the skin idea the more that I think about it. Yeah, this is the last game, guys. This is the last game for today. Thank you for the hype train. Thank you for donations, Titus. Thank you for the idea to put the elf on the shelf, the ghoul on the... what was the rhyme? And, you know, check out the sponsor, Ground News. If you like it, tell me. If you don't like it, tell me. Check out Bondel, of course. Okay. What you doing? What are you doing, guys? Man, I could actually die. Okay. I gotta stop hinting, honestly, because this Nocturne, I don't play against this guy. He is such a champion that I don't play against that guy. I really... Ghoul on the stool, yeah. Actually good. The thing is, Titus, about these arguments, I get it. They make sense. It probably, if we go into them, there's a lot of stuff that could be said and whatnot. But the thing is, I just keep hearing this again and again. And I know that there's a lot of truth to it about the devaluation dollars and a trillion debt, this and that, skip it up. But factually, things just don't really change that much. You know what I mean? They just don't. I don't know, is it... I don't know, they just don't change that much. Do you play any other... do you play other games? I actually do not. They do, and you're saying, okay, yes, fine. You're seeing it with the gold. But... they change with gold, but if you look at the quality of life... and let's say that things are worse than they should be because of all kinds of manipulations, right? Things are still quite good, you know, if you ignore war and stuff. Obviously, you can't ignore... Oh, no, actually, yeah, a better argument. War is the least it's ever been. So, it's still... things are still going up somehow, you know? And... I don't know, where's the, you know, just, if you go historically, you know, I remember watching this video about war and the deaths of war. Oh God, is he coming again? And the deaths of war, and it's like a ridiculously how peaceful this is right now. And again, I'm not saying, you know, I'm not saying it is, you know, especially for us in Latvia. I'm not saying locally it isn't, but globally it's incredibly peaceful right now. War is coming. No, not even that, because it's just not. It's just simply not by the numbers. Maybe it could be. I don't remember the name of the video, but it basically just counted all the deaths of war. And it was ridiculous how peaceful it is right now. It was just kind of ridiculous how peaceful it was. What you doing, boy? It's not gonna matter that much. I do like playing tank on this skin. It feels appropriate, you know? I don't know why. Compared to 5 years ago. Yeah, okay, 5 years ago, probably. Although, the war was heating up, right? In those first years. And now it's kind of stalled a little bit. I'm not sure how much, you know, maybe I'm giga wrong and it turns out that it's way more hot right now than it was in the beginning years. But I feel like no. What you doing, Ziggs? How many guys do we have to fight this? Okay. I'm just walking around like the good Yorick, teamfight Yorick that I am. Just being incredibly valuable, am I? The value is insane. Watch Russia, watch China, watch Venezuela. Yeah, give me the numbers. How many people are at war? Even if insane wars break up in Taiwan, not in Taiwan, but in what's the place where they make chips? I guess it's Taiwan, yeah. In Taiwan and Venezuela, it's still nothing compared to how it was in World War II or further in the past. Especially if you adjust for the population density. Oh, especially if you adjust for population density, then it's just incredible. We are just peaceful as F right now, peaceful as F. And again, you shouldn't take my opinion as like, oh yeah, you know, we should be thankful. Oh, we shouldn't think that bad things are bad. No. I'm just, you know, it's just an interesting fact. You know, sometimes it matters. Sometimes it matters when people, you know, it actually matters personally when you get depressed. Bro, just look at the past. Look at the amount of things that happened in the past, plus all the torture stuff from the medieval times. You know, all that jazz was insane. All that jazz was insane. Are we throwing the game? I think we are. How's your computer stacking up? So it is stacking up. I think I'm gonna buy it maybe in January. We'll see. Okay. Why do I have to go back now? Jesus. But I haven't yet looked closely at the prices. But I will start doing that around January. You know, obviously, even if the goal wasn't reached, fine, whatever. But I'm gonna use that money to kind of, it's gonna go into the fund of the computer, definitely. The rate at which people take their lives. Yeah, that's just, you know, I gotta say, I think it's just this disease of people being, I don't know. Okay, I don't want to touch this subject too much because there's a lot of things that happen chemically to people and brains. It's not only about the outlook on life, although it is. But man, what are you doing, guys? You know, if let's say if it is about the outlook of life and you thinking that, oh man, I can't buy land, I can't do nothing. It's all untrue. You've been manipulated, and it's incredibly sad if you die because of being manipulated into thinking that things are bad. It's just, man, it's just so sad if that happens. I just it's the worst thing in the world. I think it's the worst thing in the world. Better angels of our nature regarding war. Do you mean like about the peaceful time and stuff? Oh god, of course he's here. Sorry. I think that, you know, guys, let me say this. I think it's my fault for losing this game if we lose now. If they actually manage to close it. Because I've died to Nocturne ganks like, I think 8 times is the number. How many deaths I have, that's how many times I ganked, I died from Nocturne. Yeah, thanks for watching the stream. My bad. My bad, this game. Honestly. But you can't expect me to play you can't expect me to play top every single game on stream and feel happy about it, you know? I'm a mid player. I'm a mid game player. Have you read The Myth of Sisyphus? No, I have not. Adjusting for population history was much more violent. Yeah, of course. But that's I guess that's not, people are not really saying that. But no, you know, if you polled like 20 people, 100 people on the street, I would say like good chunk of them, like 30 of them would say, no, no, of course it's more violent. Of course it's more violent. Now, my friend, I think I got ganked, yes, you could say, oh, got an unlucky lane, but I died so many times in the late game, just without focus, just walking, that I think it was my kind of fault. Obviously, it was team effort, but who cares about what team did? What matters is what I did. At least for me, you know. If we were in a team together right now in the room, we would discuss, oh, you know, I did this, you did that. But in my case, it's just, it's the solo queue, I guess, you know. It's the solo queue. The autofill is crazy. Oh yeah, the changes for autofill, I actually think they're going to be fine. I'm just going to be playing Yorick, and there's going to be a lot more crazy things, you know? Did you ever hear about Pro Skin or LOL skin tool for League? No, I have not. Yeah. Okay, let me show you the bundle one last time. Let me challenge myself, because the 1 minute challenge is actually fun. It is actually fun. You might be thinking, hey, he's just promoting his own game. He's just promoting his own game. Guys, yes, that's true. But two things can be true at the same time, right? Two things can be true at the same time. Yeah, Yorick support. Yes, I'm going to play Yorick support. Definitely. I'm not going to dodge those games. Also, you can't even dodge them because autofill is going to be permanent now. Okay, let me show you. Let me show you how it's done. So, let's do the 1 minute challenge. Okay, so I'm ready. I'm ready to type. Yarvan. Boom. Who is this? Oh man, Pantheon? Yes. This is Neela. Boom. What the F? It's Lilia. Okay, it's Heimerdinger? No? Ziggs? Oh my lord, what the F is this? Kled. No, it's not Kled. Jesus. Okay, this is Blitzcrank, right? Yes. What is this now? Teemo. Yes, it's Teemo. Oh my lord. Kane? No? Tristan. Okay, 20 seconds. This is Singed. I know this guy. I've seen this Bones so many times. I know this run, but I don't know who that is. Shivana. No. Who is that? I have no idea. I know this animation, but I don't know who this is. Let's skip this one. I have no idea. Annie. Karthus. Okay. 9. Actually, those are rookie numbers. Those are rookie numbers, guys. Those are rookie numbers. I showed my friends and they picked it up. Thoughts on the new Demolish? Oh, I have no idea. I heard something's stacking. Something's going to be stacking, but yeah. Albert Camus started the book of the myth and off saying the most important question for us is Surha because it's a unique human. Yes, it's a good thing, yes. It's a good question. I understand it, but at the same time, my personal opinion is very simple. If something in nature destroys itself, it's like it's just a disease. there's no other way of defining it. It's like a disease either of the mind or the body. There's just, in nature, nobody else does that. So I think, you know what? Let me give you another piece of philosophy. If you look at your own body as, imagine it being like an animal you're taking care of, right? Your body. And in many ways it is, because the heart beats on its own. You can eat bad stuff and it suffers, your body suffers. You can almost see it as a separate thing from quote unquote you, right? And if you look at it that way, how the F does that not make any sense to kill something that is there, that is trying to live? Like if you look at your body, it's like pumping blood. It's trying its best to be alive and in its best shape, right? And you decide that it has to die. That's insane. That's just animal abuse, not animal. It sounds bad, but again, if I look at my body as something I have and I'm taking care of, man, what are you doing? Why are you abusing it? So that's really, I think that's, if you start looking at it that way, all of the suicide stuff, it just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense anyway, but I get it's a real thing. I get it's a sad thing, but yeah. Do you listen to Alan Watts? I used to listen to Alan Watts a lot. So a lot of what he said I like, but sometimes he gets a little bit too party tricky, Sometimes he has these arguments that are like, okay, fine, man, okay, fine, you tricked me. But yeah, it only makes sense when you are in that mindset. I get it. I completely understand. I have that in my family. When I was very young, I had, there is that part in my family, like very, very close in my family. So maybe that's why I'm so the opposite way, I don't know. So I do know that's it can't be, it can be a situation where you don't see the light or whatever, and it's a very serious situation. But logically speaking, and when you're outside of it, it's just easy to see that all that is just kind of almost like nonsense, but serious nonsense, What if it's the rules of society? Society in big words, right? In big letters. And the mind is functioning correctly, but science is structuring incorrectly. Dangerous territory, okay. I think that the rising statistics can be blamed on each person's individual mind. No, they can't. I think that's why I said that it's either chemically based, meaning that something's, effed up in the brain, let's say, and people need medicine or something. Or it's just like the general view of people. There's how many people think that things are bad? Most. It's just insane, and it's, in my opinion, it's just so easily seen that right now is the best time to be alive ever. Apart from something like back in the future when, ancient civilizations had all kinds of technology or whatever. Apart from that, of course. But, this is, you can always say that something, compared to what? This is always compared to what? As Thomas Sowell said, hey, you can win 99% of liberal. I'm not saying you're liberal or whatever. I'm just saying what he said. And this seems like that thing. You can win 99% of liberal, communist, all kinds of arguments by just asking compared to what, and that's it. Boom, mind blown. And I'm not saying it's like this genius thing to ask. I'm saying that's how simple a lot of arguments are. And I feel like when you say that society is structured incorrectly, yeah, if you imagine, some kind of a perfect structure, yeah, whatever, probably, I don't know. But who cares? Because it's always relative, right? It's always relative. Yeah, oh, hacker. The hacker. Have you hacked something in your life, or are you just an aspiring hacker? The mind can malfunction. Yes, that's what I mean when I say. That's what I mean when I say that sometimes it's chemical. And sometimes it's like yeah, there's like these loops that can happen. I understand that can be as well. I know it's a combination, of course, but I think it makes sense to see people's view in general, and then sometimes I go to parties, very rarely, but I do, believe me. Actually, you don't have to believe me, but sometimes parties happen. Let's just say that, and I just listen and I think, man, why so I get when someone I actually know this person who is okay, I'm gonna end the stream soon. I'm just gonna tell you these two things. I have this person who I know who's really dark and depressed, and it's a sad situation. But she's clearly irrational. She's doing these weird things, like she's washing her hands a lot because she believes a lot of stuff, and she's my age, and I remember her being 100% healthy, and now years go by, like 5 years, and she's like in this weird mode where she's doing all kinds of weird things that I can't, it's hard to explain. And in those cases, I feel like, okay, arguments out the window. And it's like, it's like clear that there needs to be some kind of a very smart way about going about that. But a lot of the times, man, people just I don't know, people like being doomer, it's just one of those things. Doomers be dooming. Doomers be dooming. We get to live in a time where people exist. Yeah, actually, the grass is always greener. It's a good saying. It's like very simple and very cliche, but it's so true. It's so true in many cases, especially if you understand what it means. I disagree, not because I agree with those people's life's hard stuff, because life's different compared back. It's kind of tricky to adapt compared to back then. Okay, this is an argument I can take. I'm probably not going to answer to it right now because time to end my stream, but I get it. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take this argument. I'm impressed with your English. It's coffee, man. It's just coffee. When coffee runs out for me, I'm silent. I have no language after that. So, thank you for being impressed. Thank you for being impressed, my friend. And I will see you next time, guys. I will see you on my next stream. December is going to be incredibly busy month. And yeah. Welcome. Live in the US, just wanted a big thanks. Yeah, appreciate that. Krampus hat. Okay, well, I'll try to remember about the Krampus hat. I'll try to remember about it. Okay, again, thanks for watching this, and I'll see you next time.